Hopefully you already know how important it is to have a newsletter, to send an email to your biggest fans, your subscribers, or be able to follow up with people that want your stuff, or begin to acquire customers on the internet. So I'm going to show you the steps that I use to actually send out my newsletter and create a campaign based on a lead magnet. So in the previous video about building your first landing page in Systeme.io with a call to action to get 3 days of email prompts to get unstuck. So right now we're going to copy paste those first 3 emails. Also, if you're really curious about this, check the link in the description or follow this URL here on the screen and get unstuck. So first things first, once you're logged into Systeme.io, go to your emails tab and select campaigns. Now, the difference between newsletters and campaigns, newsletters go out when you write them or when you send them to everybody or whoever you select. In this case, we're working on campaigns because campaigns are triggered by events. So we're going to create a new campaign. We're going to call it 3 days to unstuck campaign. Hopefully you've already set up your email addresses inside of Systeme.io, and it's a little bit of a pain, but they do have a tutorial on the site, and also customer support on Systeme.io is very good and they will help you get this set up. So we're just going to go ahead and select JW at jakeywakey.com. This is just for me so that I know what campaign this is, so we don't have to really put too much in here. Here we go. All right, and then you'll select the campaign that you just created. And you can even do this in the free version of Systeme.io. And if you want to get started with it, go ahead and check the link in the description or the pinned comment. When the campaign's set up, make sure that you select the classic editor, because if you use the visual editor, there's a really high chance you'll end up in the promotions tab. And also, I just kind of like the way that the text reads in the email. It's wider, fills up more of the screen in general if you use the classic editor. It's empty because we don't have any emails inside of this campaign yet. So we're going to hit create to create a new email. And it prompts you to do a subject. I have pre-written emails over here in Notion. Let's see here. Subject line, day 1 of getting unstuck. Pro tip, don't put caps. You're more likely to go to the main inbox. Like if you're sending emails to your audience and you're just promoting products or things to buy all the time, then you're going to end up in promotions or spam. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. The way around it is to like really create a really immersive email and have a lot of story in your email. I still end up in the promotions tab half the time. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. Then we have this little preview text. It's not what you think. So they'll see that when they're scrolling on the phone. Here's the thing. Start every email with hi or hey, hi, because then you can substitute their name. So when they sign up for your email list, as we showed in the landing page tutorial, you get their name. Use this substitute first name, and then that will show their first name or the name that they put on the form. Then start your email. So we're just going to copy and paste this. Keep watching because I want to show you how to set up a sequence and how they are fired off over time. A key thing with emails is to make them visually interesting. All right, you are not stuck, you are stuck. What's the difference? And so Grammarly is saying to fix this, but I'm going to dismiss, actually add to dictionary. But you want to have your email to where it's not just like a bunch of text. And so in this case, like I'm looking at this and it's just text, right? So I kind of want to divide things up, make it interesting. Let's do like stug as like italics. There we go. What's the difference? And then this is a rough draft of this email. All right. And so you want to separate your paragraphs like this. Also add line breaks to things that may or may not be paragraphs. I add line breaks to make things look better visually. It's something that I got from watching all the Twitter bros on Twitter and how they organize their tweets so that they're more visually interesting, even though it's just text. All right, now that we've got this pasted in here, let's pretend like we fixed all of this. Before you go to your next email in the campaign, you want to do save and test. And this will send you the email to your inbox so you can see what it actually looks like, especially on your phone. So we have day 1 of getting unstuck, and we're going to add another email. Good news and bad news. Again, with the classic editor. Hey, first name, these are best practices. Okay, so we're going to use day 2 of getting unstuck as the preview text. Okay, and then save the second one. And now we have two. And so you would continue the process for each day of your email sequence that you want to send out after people sign up for your first thing. You can ask them to buy your thing, sign up for your thing, book a call with you, things that will move your creator business forward. Now they're in order in the campaign. Day 1, day 2. For day 3, something different happens. So first, to connect them, you have to activate the emails. This one is not activated either. Activate. So day 1 is the first email. This one is day 2. You want to choose which email to add after this one. Then do 1 day. Activate. Boom. Let me go ahead and make a day 3 email really quick. And we'll copy and paste day 3 in here the same way. Or you can, of course, write the email in this editor. I like to write everything in Notion so that everything is in there for later when I use AI to help me come up with ideas. Okay, let me save this one. If you made it this far, another pro tip is to add calls to action in the PS section so that you have a story or something important up front in the email that is of value to the reader. And for those that are really with you, they can look at the call to action and it won't just feel like spam. If you put that at the top of the email, trust me, you don't want to end up in the spam folder. I've already experienced this. Save, so exit. Okay, and here is the thing for the third email. Okay, right? So now we have it, email subject. And we'll activate it. Activate 2 days after day 1. Okay, let's see if these show up in the right order. So you can do this either way. You can do it 2 days after day 1. Or if your emails are showing up in the wrong order, then to get them in the right order, select activate, go to the email before this email and choose 1 day. Or however long the gap is in your sequence. Now they show up in the correct order. We have day 1, day 2, day 3. I know it's silly. That's just how Systeme.io handles things on the back end. So now that your sequence is done, we want to connect your welcome sequence to your landing page that we made yesterday. So let's do that really quick. We'll go to websites, sales funnels, and the landing page we made yesterday was this Unreleased podcast episode page. And then we'll go over here to edit. And our actual form is in the pop-up because you click the button and then this pops up. As soon as they click this button, what we want to do is add automation rule. So this is here. There's a whole other screen in Systeme.io for automation rules, but this is the simplest way to do this. You do add action and then subscribe to a campaign. Subscribe to the campaign that we just made. 3 days to Unstuck campaign. Save rule. Before we get too far along, I did want to mention this. I didn't put this in the previous video, so I want to go ahead and put it here. So as soon as someone signs up for the email list, that automation is now set up. They'll go to the next step in the funnel. So you want to make sure that you've built the next step in your Systeme.io funnel. I'm going to go ahead and create that page. And by default, it goes to a simple thank you page inside of Systeme.io. And so we're just going to tweak that a little bit. Okay, in order to get back to your funnel, just hit this button here. This is 3 days to unlock. That's the squeeze page we were just on. Let's go down to the thank you page and select the thank you page. I'm going to go with this real basic one for now because I'm actually going to change it to the new book a call with me page. So we're just going to edit it, make sure there's nothing weird on here that we don't want. Yes, healthcare professionals. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this bar. You've successfully signed up. I don't know. For your Unstuck prompts. Let's delete everything here. We can delete these sections here and this bit. I don't need anything on this page. This is a very important page. If you're an artist, you can send them to your best piece of art. If you're a YouTuber, you can send them to your best YouTube video. If you have things for sale, you can send them to your best products. If you are a coach or you're just trying to chat with your audience, you can send them to a book a call with me page, which I'll be setting up here in just a minute. And if you want to see that video, it's going to be over here. If you're feeling stuck in life or stuck in making your content, feel free to watch the Being a Creator podcast right here on this channel. If you're a creator, you make art, music, videos, and you sometimes waver between being stuck and unstuck, and you want a little encouragement, make sure you subscribe. Otherwise, if you're here for Systeme.io tutorials specifically, there'll be a few more inside a playlist up here. Also, YouTube recommends a video over here somewhere.